Hi everybody, Demystified Vine here. Thank you so much for joining me. Um, it is a rainy day here in Vancouver. I think it's the second day of spring now. And what a better way to celebrate the coming in of spring than with a glass of wine. Today I'm going to be tasting the 8th generation 2014 vintage of the Cab Merlot. This is a brand new release. And so I haven't tried it yet, I haven't tasted it or anything like that, so it should be interesting to see how it is. Now, 8th Generation is one of my favorite wineries in the Okanagan. Now, if you know BC's wineries at all, 8th Generation can be found in Summerland, BC, which is, if you think of north to south of British Columbia wine regions, then what we can think of Summerland is sort of north of Oliver and north of Naramata Bench. So Summerland is south of Kelowna but north of Oliver. So they're making some fantastic wines at 8th Generation. I absolutely adore the Rieslings. The Rieslings are tart, age-worthy, and they also have a fantastic rosé, which will put a little bit of hair on your chest, and it's made from Pinot Meunier. And for those of you who aren't aware, Pinot Meunier is actually one of the grapes that goes into making champagne. So in Champagne's region, they allow three grapes. They allow Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier. Now, if you're getting a wine from Champagne from Champagne, and it is not a Blanc de Blanc, then which means white of whites, then that means that you're likely going to have some Pinot Meunier in it. Anyways, I love it. It's fantastic, and you should go out and get a bottle. They're also doing the Cab Merlot, which I'm going to taste today. Now, Cabernet Merlot is a very popular blend, and it's made from two internationally known varietals, so Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. Now, this particular blend here is 20% Cabernet Sauvignon and 80% Merlot, and it was aged 12 months in French oak. So my understanding is that the 12 months in French oak was done in a combination of 20% new oak, and the rest was a balance of 2 to 5 year old barrels. So also additionally on top of that, the fact that it is Merlot dominant sort of starts to tell me a little bit about what the wine might be like. So Merlot predominant wines usually tend to be a little bit more dark fruit, plum, some mocha. So I'm making assumptions already on what the wine's going to be like, but of course I haven't tried it yet. So let's check it out and see. Oh, and one more thing while I'm at it. I took this out to show you, but if you ever get a chance to go visit Stephanie and Bernd at 8th Generation, they are the owners of 8th Generation Winery, make sure you go through and ask them to for a little tour around. And also, you can see things like this. I mean, their wines have so much great things in it. And in addition, I mean, this is something that I actually took from the winery. Well, Stephanie gave it to me. But these are tartrate crystals. And if you look really closely, you can see that there is a line of white and a line of red. And so these are wine diamonds, and they came right out of the tank. So anyways, I have some tartrate crystals here from the tank. So it's a nice little thing to take away from the winery. Anyway, so I'm going to try the Cab Merlot now. So definitely looking quite dark in color. Lovely, beautiful ruby color. So ruby color tends to have, it's red, but it has a little blue tint to it. So I'm going to smell it now. Oh, lots of brambleberry and blueberry. Definitely some plum and mocha in there. Little hints of dark chocolate. You definitely get a little sense of capsicum as well in the very back. But it's definitely fruit forward. I think it's probably still really tight. I've had this aerating in the glass. I've got a wide brimmed glass. So I'm definitely thinking that it needs some time to open up. Oh, good acidity. Lots of plum, lots of black cherry. The tannins aren't too strong, but there is good acidity on there. My guess is that this is good for drinking now. I'd give it upwards of 4 years for ageability. This is more than a hamburger wine for sure. I would definitely do some lamb if you were doing some braised lamb, or some pulled pork sandwich would go great with this if you're a meat eater. Definitely a great wine if you're vegetarian. If you're doing some roasted beets, oh, that would taste fantastic with this. So Cab Merlot is a great blend. You'll often find them because they're popular. They do, Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon, they do complement each other. And in this case, this is a great example of how Cab Merlot can be from the interior. So thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you get a chance to try the 2014 Cab Merlot from 8th Generation. And if you found this interesting, please give it a like or a share, and follow me at www.demystifiedvine.com, and that's my blog, or you can find me on Facebook and Twitter. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a great night, everyone. Cheers. Salut.